We're goofy people. um, uh, Ladies and gentlemen, we enjoyed last week's holiday show so much. Here we are doing this crazy again. Um, this week, it's going to be New Year's in a couple of days. And we start a new year, 2023 already. And it always freaks me out that that is happening. And so this is a New Year show. Hi, Agnes.
Hi, Ryan. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This is the New Year's show of love, death, and taxes. And we're going to be talking about our goals versus our resolutions and what we're actually going to be doing in 2023. So, without further ado, let's uh, let's get started. What? Not fancy today. So fancy, so fancy. So again, we're in our brand new show. We're doing our Happy New Year show. Agnes, um, what do you think of when it comes to the end of year? What's the thing that goes through your mind on New Year's Eve on when you were having a New Year show up?
Well, I don't think I'm going to surprise you by telling you I'm thinking about organizing all my receipts for the taxes.
That's great.
That's the
That's
first thing
actually
that
that's
comes to my mind. So,
that's absolutely brilliant because that is not the first thing I think of. I start to worry a little bit, but I don't.
now I already have a plan in my head. By the first week, I'm doing this. By the second week, I'm doing that. I already have my box of receipts put aside for the last 3 weeks that
Right.
I'm getting to it, and I'm going to organize what's done for the deductions.
Do you
So,
get your taxes done first before you start like helping everybody else with their tax
yes,
resolutions?
yes.
Okay. All right.
Well,
So you
sometimes I
kind of
have to do simultaneously because there are other cases that I have certain offers to file. So, you have to do what you have to do. There are deadlines for everything. If you have notices that your clients are getting, you have to answer between 30 days. I do not wait till the day 29th.
no, yeah, yeah.
Try to address that as soon as possible. But thank God I'm caught up, so there is no emergencies. So I'm going to be doing that. But end of the year, usually majority of people doesn't think about taxes and the receipts.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
thinking about where to go and say goodbye to the old year and to celebrate and with a glass of champagne to say
Right.
welcome to the brand new year.
Something new that's coming up. And I think it's interesting that you do your taxes first because it's almost like when you're in a plane and if you have a little child beside you, they say to you that when the air mask drops down, as an adult, you're supposed to put it on yourself first and
Yes.
then help the child. So it's almost like as a tax resolution specialist, you make sure to take care of your own taxes first and then you help all of us with all of our issues or whatever issues we may have. Sometimes people aren't familiar. This is only like we've done less than 10 shows. Tell them what you do for tax resolution, just quickly.
Well, my specialty is helping people with tax problems, meaning if you um about to have your account seized or you lose your home or any assets and you're receiving a lot of notices from the state or revenue or internal revenue service, then that's where I can come in and help. There are different ways to resolve your problem, and that's what we're doing. We're looking for the best way to help you out, to help my clients out and not you. So,
Not yet.
and
I don't have any of these problems yet. Yeah,
thank God. No, no, no. Then we're not going to let that
yeah.
happen.
Let's hope we
So
never have it. Oh,
that's correct.
yeah.
And then to help people have peace of mind and not to have sleepless nights.
Yeah, yeah. So that they no longer have those issues. So yeah, if you have problems with taxes, Agnes is who you're going to call. On the flip side, if you feel like you need to make more money, I'm the guy who helps you with marketing. So the
Yes.
idea is to do something new every year so that you stack. That's how I think of marketing. Like it's a stack, it's a communication, it's stories, it's magic, it's moving forward. But it is definitely an opportunity every new year to actually do something new with your marketing, something interesting with your marketing, so that you don't get bored of it, but also that you keep playing the hits, what I call the hits. You know, what's great about you? What is it special that you have always been doing that other clients don't do? Why should people choose you in your business over everybody else or not doing anything at all, right?
Well,
Why?
with the small business, it's like a princess sitting at home waiting for Prince Charming to come knock to the door while she's not going out there and introduce herself to the world.
Right, right.
Hello, I'm here. I'm looking
Look
for
at
someone.
you.
The same thing is with the businesses.
Yeah.
It's easy to open a business and okay, I'm
Yes.
going to do this, but how you going to let everyone know that you
No.
exist? That's when you
You,
come in and help people to let people know that
people
listen,
know.
yes, here is this
Yeah.
person, this is what they can do, and that's when you come in and you
Yeah.
do a good job.
I love the idea of showcasing a business that does something that not everybody does. I love and I believe each small business, it's each local, independent small business is special and unique. I think every single time you're going to see some amazing, amazing things. Every time I talk to them, I sit down with them, I talk to them, I say, "Oh, how did you help this person?" or whatever. And the crazy thing is, you guys never, 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 never realize how amazing you are or how unique you are. It's almost always like I have to pull it out of people. And as I talk to them, I figure it out. I'm like taking a video of them. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is amazing what you do. And you don't tell anybody that this is how you do it or what you do. People are interested. They want to know, but they also want to see your expertise. Sometimes they just want you to do it, right? But they also want to see your expertise. They want to know that you've been doing it for a while. And most people do not tell other people what's happening. All right. So, what do you want to not do? Not your taxes. Obviously, you want to do your taxes in 2023. But
And
what do you want to not do in 2023 that perhaps you did in 2022?
well, I have been I have been very happy with a lot of things in my life.
Okay.
In 2022, I met you. You helped me a lot, and
Thank you.
there you go. Yes,
I get put in that box. That's nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There is one of the things when I met you. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Now it's like,
Oh,
come on, Ryan. When this is gonna go up?
it's so funny. Like it's a flip thing. Like I know. Now you know you need to go. Come on, let's do this.
Yeah,
Let's do it. And before you were like, no, 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 no,
I'm sorry. I
no, no.
created a monster, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna apologize.
I get and
I'm
I'm
apologizing, but I'm not gonna apologize about
don't
that.
even, don't even.
No.
God,
Um,
I'm
I
happy.
I know that next year it is my year.
Hmm.
So that's a lot of things that I'm going to achieve next year. It's not maybe, I will. And what I'm believing in 2022, believe it or not, it's one thing:
What's that?
toxic people.
Toxic people. Ooh, somebody's spilling the
Another
tea on
show.
this show. Oh boy,
That,
toxic people.
that's
Ooh, yeah.
I like
You
what I
know,
started in 2022. When
mhm,
comes to my career, when comes to um, what I'm doing. I
right,
I love what I'm doing. I would like to continue and simply in 2023 push this forward
yeah,
and expand. That's what I said. It's gonna be my year, and but the only thing that I'm leaving behind is the toxicity that I met in 2022. Um, Toxicity, it's not good for anybody,
Right.
and certain people are simply a nuisance, and we should not have that around us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's a waste of your time and your
yes,
energy. I feel as though you want light in your life, right? You want things to be joyful and happy. And I understand everything can't be that way. There has to be some stress, there has to be some struggle.
it's
And in
always
fact, the struggle in your life actually helps you sometimes to appreciate the stuff that is not struggle, right? That you actually be able to get out there and do, and enjoy, right? The contrast of that is great. But geez, man, there are people who just try, they don't even try to be happy. They're not even trying to move themselves forward. I don't know what that is. And sometimes I get it. You're sad. There was a time I was very, very sad and angry. And I've come to the realization that I can't stay that way. I'm going to reveal something on the show. No, no, it's not really a revelation. I think people know it. I went to a therapist when my marriage was crumbling. And she said to me, if you keep on going the way you're going right now, where will you be? What will your life be like? How will you feel in 5 years from now? If you keep doing this, if you keep going this way, will you have wasted your life of 5, 10, 20 years of your life? There are people who do that. Like they get stuck in something and can't let it go. And I understand, completely understand. It's tough. It's very difficult.
yeah.
When I heard about that guy, Twitch. You know this guy?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it was on Ellen DeGeneres' show. I
Try.
watched. He's like 10 years my junior, and I watched him get on that show. So you think you can dance and become this huge star, and yet sad, like really sad. It's clear something was not happening the way it wanted to, and sometimes people, like you said, toxic people or whoever, like get to find their way into your situation, and you can't get rid of them even, right?
Look, you are younger than me, so you have less worldly
How dare you?
experience.
How dare you? You're 25. You're perpetually 25. So what are you talking about?
And
Let's
I'm
don't
very proud
talk.
of my age. I'm very proud of my age. I don't lie about my age anymore.
Anymore.
Anymore. But it's we are too grown. We are too grown to lie to ourselves to and pretend to others.
Yeah,
Be true to yourself. Know who you are.
yeah,
Keep pushing, and if you know who you are, you know what you need. What majority of people, they realize they need lightness, positivity in their lives to nurture the love in their lives. And when you have um, toxic people around, they pull you down. Well,
yeah.
life is too short. Life is too short
It's too short for
for
that.
that to put up with.
Right.
So it's our choice.
Yeah.
It's our choice to do what we want. And let's exercise that free choice in 2023.
I'm going to add that to the list.
Yes,
Choices.
make
Recognize
right choices.
your
Yes.
choices. I have to say, that is one of the things, a lot of people complain about the millennials, and I will say this every day, all day. You may complain about them. Sometimes they're not really good at dealing with stress. They'll tell you all the time about their anxiety, or, how they don't want to deal with this or they don't want to deal with that. But I have to tell you, one of the things that they exercise and they teach us older heads, maybe a generation and a half ahead of them, is how to be accepting of and to use our choices. That is really their big deal. Like there are all these choices out here. And the truth is, maybe we would not have known of all those choices without like machines like this or
Yeah.
whatever it is. I mean, there are a lot of choices on, that come to you now because, of technology in general, not just your phone, but in technology in general. And I feel like, yes, that is what I'm going to be doing. One of the things I want to do this next year is exercise the ability to use choice and choose some of the other things instead of just sitting here and thinking, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? There are always ways to get other things done.
My mother's always told me, if when the door are closed, the window's open. You just have
uh,
to look. You have to look
yeah,
for the right way to get. If you really want something, you get there. You will
you
get
get
there.
there. It's
Absolutely.
so funny. It's a Polish saying, but that's a line from a Bob
Is
Marley.
it what we're saying?
I don't know, but it's also a
Might be.
line from a
Might be.
it's a line from a Bob Marley song.
Yeah.
One door is closed. When one door is closed, another one is open.
There you
Yeah,
go. Yeah.
yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true. You think that you can't get things done or you don't have enough choices, and here they are. And that's what those kids will tell me. Sometimes they're like, I don't understand. Why did you do this? And I say, you don't understand. You don't understand. In 1993, all those choices that you have did not exist, or we didn't even know. If they did exist, we had no idea. The fact that there is so much knowledge that comes right through this little box right here that you guys are
Yeah.
all looking at
Yeah.
is an amazing movement forward in human evolution because we're going to be doing a
Yes.
bunch of things that we weren't able to do before. So yeah, more choices. Definitely one of the things I want to have more of in that year. What I want to leave behind. You said toxic people. I want to leave excuses behind. I want to honor myself
Yes.
because I do things for people, a lot of things for other people, and will get those things done. But sometimes I'll say to myself, oh, well, I have this goal and that goal, but it's okay. I don't have to do it. It's like I don't honor myself by keeping those things for myself. And sometimes it includes not doing something for someone else, but for the most part, it's I've set these goals for myself. I'm like, okay, I want to leave that behind, like excuses in a way that excuses can be toxic, right?
Yes.
And be a
Absolutely.
problem for you. So I want to leave those behind in 2020. Like there are no excuses. These are my goals. Oh, and I want to talk about that too. These are my goals. This is what I want to do. And there are no excuses. You just have to get it done. Or if you don't get it done this week, I'm sorry. It's now a priority. You must get it done by the week after, or however long it is.
It's a
I'm
matter of commitment. It's a matter of commitment because I found myself a lot of times like, okay, this is it, and then something else, I'll allow it to come in before anything else. Like, oh, okay, I'll just do this. Okay, and then another thing comes in, and another thing comes in,
yeah,
and what's important to you, you are allowing it
yes.
to be pushed aside.
Yes, yes. And I'm telling you, it feels to me when I do that, it feels like I'm dishonoring myself and my wishes. Because in
Yeah,
a month from then, when I look back and I say, oh, I didn't do this or I didn't do that. Because I'm literally looking back now this year and looking at the things that I did accomplish maybe 60% of the things I set out to do last year. I'm not saying no, I didn't do them in the time I wanted them to do them, but I got them done. I've got a lot of things done. And I met a lot of great people, including you, and put myself out there in
yeah,
instances that I was not doing the year before. I have to tell you, I sequestered myself after George Floyd, after the pandemic. I was not going out there, and I don't know if it was a psychological thing or I just really every calculation I made just didn't make sense, and my business was doing okay because we now do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so I was like, why do I need to? But I'm also going to say thank you to Joe Flood, who basically coaxed me to come out and shake hands and talk to people again, which I was not doing because there are a group of people that I used to do that for in the town of Babylon, and do a lot with I Love Babylon, that I basically said, I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I don't know if I want to put myself out there and get sick. I don't want to. The risk all of a sudden just became so
Yeah.
much more than it was before. Like there was a guy before who just used to go out and get things done and hang out with people, and who I think I boxed him up and put him away. And so I want to bring that guy back. I feel like Joe actually helped me for the last part of this year, June through through December, to actually do that. Although we've been pretty quiet in these last 2 months, right? November is quiet. We had
Yeah.
that holiday party, but other than that, so yes, I,
Joe was forced. Joe was a force behind me that kept pushing me and telling me that I should believe in myself, and he saw more in me from the beginning when I saw in myself.
yeah,
So big thanks to Joe. Yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
from both of us. Yes.
Very cool. And most of you guys don't know who we're talking about. It's okay, but there'll be plenty of time. We'll talk about Joe
We
Flood.
will bring Joe. We will
Yeah,
bring Joe.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
someone was watching before. A couple of people were watching before, and I was thinking to myself, I wonder if it's Joe. He's one of the people who. But yes,
Yeah.
leaving more choices, less excuses. You said less toxic people. And you said, what did you say again for things you want more of? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, those are the stuff. We will definitely want some of that. You have any specific goal that I'm going to hold you to next year? Is there anything
Yes,
specific?
and I want you to hold me to that because for the last couple of years I have been talking about it, not doing much about it, but it's time. I feel physically and mentally that it's time. Continue with my book and hopefully finish it in 2023,
Okay.
which is it's going to be an amazing book. It's going to be
All
an
right.
amazing book. I always keep saying I'll live a couple of lifetimes, and it's definitely it's going to be surprising. But I also feel and I know it's going to be helpful to a lot of people.
Now, is it a novel or is it
No,
an
it's all
autobiography?
about me.
Oh,
It's all about me.
I got to tell you, I have wanted to write a novel, but have it be semi autobiographical, but also as kind of a morality tale, like like a self-help book, even where the lessons in it. That's how I think. When I think about writing the book that I want to write, that's what I think. I've written two plays.
Mhm.
I've written a small novella. Uh, I should get you to read those someday. The plays are kind of silly. They were when I was like 17 and 18, so they're very they were specific for a specific audience too. I was very Anglican Youth Fellowship Christian dude, so they're very specific. But the novella is, it's more sci-fi, the kind of thing. You don't really like sci-fi. You're more into fantasy, which is interesting to me too.
Fantasy history,
Yeah. Yes, yes,
yeah,
that's right. You like historical
yeah.
drama, but like Game of Thrones and stuff like that. I know. But yeah, that a book, huh? So you want to write a book, and the
I
book is
already
going to.
started. It's just about continuation.
Okay, so have you
The
broken out
title is Chapters of My Life.
what chapters of my life?
Yes,
Have you broken out all the individual chapters and what you
yes.
that weren't? Okay, so now you just have to flesh it out.
That's what I'm doing. Yes.
Okay. All right. Uh, uh, okay. Okay, there,
A
Harry
year
Potter.
from now, we're gonna be talking about publishing.
Oh, look at you. You're serious. Okay. Okay. There are a lot of people who have written books in very short amount of time, and it is quite possible. Stephen King talks about that all the time. Like you kind of have to just push yourself, get up every morning, write a paragraph or whatever it is, even if it's not a paragraph that stays in. But that's a very interesting goal. I think that that's great, and I am going to hold you to it. All right, it is what it is.
Please do. Yes.
Can I hear you? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So there's that joy, empathy, and work. All right. So I want to hold me to something specific.
Please share. Yes. Share your goals.
I have a thing that I like to do called the 12-week year. So instead of resolutions, I set a bunch of goals and even a series of goals that all work together. And I want to make all of those goals come through in the next year. I am I'm turning 50 in 2023, right? And as a result, there are some things that I would like to do with my business, with my body, and my spirit in the next year. And I feel like I'm going to hold all three of those things. I'm going to lose some weight. I'm not going to say how much right here, but I do want to do some traveling, which I think I'm automatically just going to be doing anyway in May because of you.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
and and I want my business to be in a place where the things just churn, and I've already started putting that into place. Like I now have my virtual assistant in place, and I've got my website team definitely in place. And so the idea is for that business to do what it's supposed to do. But then, yeah, I've also been thinking about doing much more. I did it quite a bit this last year because I needed it. Oh my gosh. Meditation and looking into myself and looking at what I'm producing in the world, the legacy that I'm producing in the world. I want to build something that I can leave behind for my children. And I don't just mean, um, and this is something that, you reminded me of, and I don't just mean money. I don't just mean houses or land or whatever. I mean a work of wisdom, a work of uh, something that they can always learn from forever and ever. And what's great about YouTube and social media and stuff like that is that this stuff can live on here forever. So part of what I'm hoping to do with you is build this thing that they can actually go back and look at and say, "Oh my gosh, my dad left a wealth of knowledge and wisdom and advice on YouTube that anybody can watch at any point in time." My
Yes. Yes.
fifty-year-old dad.
You can find it. You can find it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Because right now, like, I have few pictures of my grandmother,
Uh-huh.
and now my grandchildren will be able to in 10 years go on YouTube and say, "Oh, this is my grandma."
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's
It's
gonna be nice.
it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And I know at some point they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, Dad, you had no hair." but I think the thing that'll what hopefully will come through more for them is who was he when he wasn't around us, when he wasn't being dad, when he wasn't being goofy and doting on us and whatever. Um, who was he? What did he look like? And what did he do? Or what was important to him? Who were his friends? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to leave that behind. I've been thinking about that a lot. Legacy, legacy, legacy. All right.
Yeah.
So
Usually at the end of at the end of the year. I
Hmm.
was like, yes, I'm going to lose some weight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Then I learned that when I nourish my spirit and I feel good about myself, everything else falls into
Yeah,
place.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
no longer talk about losing weight just because I love myself the way I am. I don't have to think about a lot of now to me unimportant things when it comes to my looks, to my weight, to this, to that, because I think I'm grown enough to know what's really important.
yeah,
You know, someone very smart said people will remember you how you make them feel, not what you said.
yes.
So
That's my
where
motto.
I took that to heart quite some time ago. And like I said, I nourish my spirit. That helps me to start giving back to society,
Yeah,
to start doing different things for people, with my profession, but being a wedding officiant or relationship coach, I'm trying to relay that to the couples that I counsel or prepare for the marriage,
yeah,
or people that I'm trying to console in their pain. It's all about our psyche, and if you good feel good about yourself, if you are calm inside, if your spirit is high and you are happy and you believe in yourself, anything is obtainable.
this is true.
So we can definitely meet at the end of 2023 and say, okay, Ryan, did you do what you said to you do? You can tell me, Agnes, did you do what you promised you're going to do? If you meet your goal, and I feel so positive, so hyped up for the next year.
Yeah,
It's going to be a beautiful year.
I
It's
think it's
going to
going to
be
be amazing.
it's going to be my year, definitely.
My mom used to say that all the time, and my brother and I used to goof on her, like, "Oh my gosh, what do you come with this my year thing again?" But you know what? If you don't think that way and I believe you have to set measurable goals and actually check and make sure that they're going forward, and that's why I do the 12-week year thing. But she was right. You have to have at least that attitude going into it, even if it's not necessary. Honestly, a lot of times I look at my year as beginning in September because I'm born in September. So I think of my year really starting at September 27th. So I ran a 12-week year already this year, and I'm going to start another one here in January. But the idea is, yeah, to always be moving forward and to have that kind of positive attitude that gets you there on a regular basis. So we're almost out of time. Is there
Yes.
anything special you want to tell anybody? Maybe some people. And I don't know about their Happy New Year. I love that at the end of last show, like you were going into the whole Merry Christmas and, blah, 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 and enjoy the season and all of that in Polish. I was like, oh, I, I won't have to translate that part.
Yes, yes. Okay, so you ready?
Ready? Go ahead.
Okay. Szczęśliwego nowego roku wszystkim przyjaciołom i rodzinie, aby ten nowy rok przyniósł dużo pięknych przeżyć, miłości i obfitych łask Bożych. Szczęśliwego nowego roku jeszcze raz.
Yeah, what she said.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy New Year when it comes, or if you're watching this afterwards, welcome to the new year. I hope you have the absolute best intentions for yourself and for your family in 2023. Um, Show some love, empathy for other people. I'm asking you, please, 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 to if you're in a great position to help and help someone else, if you're in a great position to pass on your wisdom or your knowledge, go so and please do so and help somebody else. The other day, someone was in the car. Um, I don't want to say names, but she had was a young woman. She had just been fired. And she said to me, my spirit moves me to talk to you. I want to share something with you. And she told me about how she got fired and how she was upset. And the person is like, and I said to her, when she relayed all of the information, I said to her, I'm going to say something to you. And you may or may not take this the right way. You know what I mean? And I don't, it's not your fault. But it was clear that she was going to be taken advantage of. And she dodged a bullet. Like someone, this guy was going to, an older
Yeah.
guy was going to um, uh, sexually harass her, basically. And she dodged that bullet, and she didn't. She was like, I felt so weird, like I was doing everything about the job, blah 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 blah. But she was oblivious to what the guy actually was trying to.
Yes.
Because everything she told me, I was like, what? He wanted you to go where and do what? And I was like, you don't see what's going on. And I said, I'm sorry, it's not your fault. Because I'm looking at her, and beautiful young woman, like 23, 24, and just full of life and happy and just wanted to do a good job. And people were messing with her. I felt so bad for her, but I said, this is not your fault. It's not your fault. And you have dodged a bullet. You're going to find something else. It's clearing. Your pathway is being cleared for something else and better. And you know what I mean? So
That's the thing, that people sometimes think that when the worst thing happened in their life, this is the end of everything. This is just the beginning of
yes,
something beautiful. It's going to come.
yes, yes. It is a shift. Sometimes when things get hard, it's like playing a video game. When you're playing a video game, the next level gets harder because there's a better reward at the end of that level. And it's simply what it is, At the 10,000 level, you're only going to get so much resistance. But to get to the 100,000 level, you got to work a little bit harder, and you might meet a lot more
Yes.
trouble. It is what it is. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you don't meet a lot of trouble in 2023. Agnes, you want to say something last before we get out of here?
Yes. Remember that certain things have to fall apart for better things to come along. Keep
This
your
is true.
spirits up.
Agreed.
Keep your spirits
Agreed.
up. Happy
All
New
right.
Year.
Happy New Year. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to join the conversation here at Love, Death, and Taxes, please send an email in to mailbag@lovedeathandtaxes.com with any of your suggestions about what we could talk about here, especially in the new year, or any questions that you may have that you'd like to pose towards us wise old people on on this show. All right. Have a
Not
great
pure
day.
and brown, not old.
That's right. Yeah, wizened. Again,
Wise people.
yeah, Happy New Year. My beard is still gray. Has no gray in it. Just so you guys know, no gray, all black. So, ladies and gentlemen, take care and happy New Year, 2023 when it comes. Bye,
Happy
Agnes.
New Year.
All right.